I have bottles from the Bernard Madoff collection. You know, my tagline is to drink bravely or drink richly. With his wine, I say, drink feloniously. I called the auction house. There was one photo with a U.S. Marshal seizure tag. So before bidding, I called the auction house and I asked, I just want to make sure the wines I'm bidding on come with their own seizure tags, because it ain't nothing without the seizure tag. You know, it's like Capone's gun. It's like the wine version of Capone's gun. So they assured me that, although somewhat reluctantly, they were a little, you could tell they had mixed feelings about auctioning such a dastardly person's wine, but all the proceeds went to Madoff's victims, so it was fine. He had the sorts of wines, the sorts of trophy wines, great Bordeaux, for example, that you would expect of, it's almost like great art. He wasn't a true collector, but he had some good bottles. I heard through the grapevine that some of the bottles were actually gifts from his clients and potential victims. So in a strange way, drinking his wine is almost like returning the wine to its rightful place, or at least preventing him from drinking it, and it was once some of these victims' property. So it's a strange circle. Okay, so here we have the label, 1970 Palmer. Color looks good, so I'm somewhat hopeful. If a bottle is ageable and red and started relatively big, thick, after about 10 years, you probably want to decant it for sediment. So the color is still good, and that is a relief. Wow, you don't get that smell from most American wines. That's that Bordeaux doing this. You know, I hope somehow he sees the video, sitting in prison thinking to himself, I would have liked to have drunk that, but instead we're doing this for the victims.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Exactly true.
As deplorable as Madoff was, I think you do feel like you're tasting an artifact of criminal history. So for that reason, and knowing that the proceeds went to the victims, that aside, it's pretty exciting. And as anyone who's ever tasted wine on vacation and then tries the same wine back at home and can't understand why it doesn't taste as good, wine is so contextual. It is so about the situation, just the way we crazy human beings work.